our lunchtime link up, where we bring on members of the Diving community to come talk about how they are impacting the tech ecosystem with diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility as their guide. I'm Sharice Johnson. I am the marketing director here at Div Inc. And like I said, this is our last episode of our Meet the Founder series for our Social Impact Accelerator that's going on right now and coming to a close on December 7th at the Ion here in Houston. And as part of our Meet the Founder series, we are introducing you all to the founders of this cohort. And today I have Yamini, who is going to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about Instarails, her company, and then we'll get further into the conversation. Yamini, I'll let you take it over.
Hi everyone, this is Sagar, the founder and CEO of Instarails, which is an instant global payment rails for cross-border payments. I'm very excited to be in this interview and thank you so much, Sharice.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're here. And I know y'all are super busy. I say that to all the founders. So thank you so much for slicing out a little bit of your day while you're still trying to do pitch practices and getting ready for demo day. But let's just start with, what is Instarails and what exactly do y'all do?
Absolutely. So with Instarails, we believe, Sharice, that cross-border payments should be instant, inexpensive, and inclusive. So if you think about the global landscape today, there are a lot of small businesses as well as migrants from low and middle income countries. And these currencies for these low middle income countries are not the currencies. So the currency exchange or the cross border payments for them are very expensive and slow. Current legacy system is very inefficient. So that's what Instarails is trying to change. We are trying a solution that is a win-win for everyone, for banks, for individuals, for businesses, and we remain in the background while powering their platform to make the payments instant, inexpensive, and inclusive for everyone. So that's our solution, and this is the mission that we are on today.
Absolutely. Well, I think some of the best companies come out of a personal experience that either the founder has had or that they've witnessed a family member or a friend or loved one experience. And I feel as though Instarails definitely is coming from your personal experience. And I'd love for you to share that story with us.
Absolutely. So originally, I come from India. I moved here about 23 years ago, and I have firsthand experience difficulties of being able to send money back to support my family. And
Yeah.
I see a lot of migrants who face difficulty even today. So this is where my passion comes from. But I'm also very passionate about, look at the some of the countries, their entire GDP depends on this inbound flow of remittances.
Mhm.
And why are they paying so much in fees, right? So I want to be able to make this change with my 20 years of experience in fintech, as well as blockchain and payments. So we have built this network to enable this instant payments and be able to put that money back into the pockets of these businesses and people and the low and middle income countries. That's the goal.
Yeah, and you do it in a way that is a very customer friendly for those who are coming from all different levels of tech savviness. So, can you tell us a little bit about the experience on the platform for those that use it?
Absolutely. So our current customers are going to be financials, like say
Mhm.
banks, central banks, or enterprise businesses or payment service providers. There are so many payment service providers today who are processing payments and enabling that for millions of businesses. So we
Right.
are partnering up with them, and it's very easy. With my experience, what I have done is I have removed the complication of all these different APIs out there and created a very simple, easy to use API. We also create an SDK for our partners and provide them that. So they are able to integrate with our system very quickly, test it
Right.
out, and then when their customer or business sends them using their website, using their agent, or using their mobile app, that payment could get routed to for direct remittance or direct payment to the receiving country. So we eliminate all the intermediaries in the middle, and that's how we are able to make these payments fast and cheap for B2B clients who in turn save money and time for their business or individuals on their platform.
That sounds amazing, and it seems such one of those, when you hear someone talk about the problem they're solving, maybe it's a problem you never heard of, but I feel like this idea of transferring money from one person to another has been something, especially in the digital age, that everyone's trying to tackle and make as easy as possible. And so it's great to hear that you're with your focus, it's taken it to another level. So I'd say in the fintech world, there it's hard to get into, hard to really disrupt even. So I'd love to hear what are some of the challenges that you've experienced as you tried to enter into this specific market, and how did you kind of address those challenges as you've been able to grow?
Absolutely. So for us, the real goal is to be able to connect to 200 plus countries.
Hmm.
It's a challenge, right? Because it's a slow process, and we are okay with that. What we are trying to do, the way it is go one step at a time. So there are 200 plus countries, but which are the countries that where a lot of migrants are actually immigrating to other countries from, right? So we are trying to focus on those top countries one at a time and try to reach out. We haven't actually started marketing, but just through the partners we had in our network, for
Right.
me and my team, we are already able to grow to 7 partners are integrating or integrated with us, and yeah, and our goal is to launch it, make sure everything is great, and then do the sales and marketing and grow this network in those plus countries that we want to grow to. So that's the challenge, and it's going to be a slow process, but we are willing to work on it and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, and how do you approach these partners? Because I would imagine some of them say we already work with companies like this, or we already are dealing with this in our own way in house, or all those reasons. So how do you approach these large financial institutions who may not even want to put forth the effort to change, but proving to them that this is necessary, and they're going to miss the boat if they don't jump on.
Absolutely. So the very fact that if they join our network, they are able to offer instant and cheaper payments to their customers and grow
Yeah.
their customer base is the motivation for them to join. And the second motivation is integrating with Instarails is very simple. When we provide them with the SDK of their choice and make it easy, and we have a team that is there to support them with their, that is another
Hmm.
motivation for them. And the third thing is just being able to be a place where we are able to provide a solution to their customers, right? So that if you look at businesses that I speak to, their main challenge today is that, hey, I'm trying to send money to this country, to this individual or this business, and they are unbanked. We don't know how to send money to them. So currently, what we are doing is we are sending money through bank account for a few clients, and for the others, we are sending through mobile wallet. What if both those banks and mobile wallets are on Instarails, and you don't have to worry about that choice? You just send your
Right.
payment through and let the recipient say how they want the money, and they get it instantly into their choice of bank account, mobile wallet, or cash. So that's what we offer. We want to make it easy for financial institutions and businesses to
Yeah.
be able to send payment. That's the only thing we focus on, and we want to focus on is making it simple and convenient for them to integrate with all that to their customers so that they can keep growing their customer base. Any business that joins Instarails, we help them grow and expand. And it's like a win win situation for both of us. If they grow their customer base, it's growth for us too. So we are there to help them. And that's the beauty of our network. It's an interconnected network. So we help each other, and we are, any business that joins us can grow exponentially as we grow exponentially too.
Fantastic. Well,
Thank
I'd
you.
love to hear about the company's journey and your founder journey. So, at what point, as you've been growing Instarails, did you think that it was time to be a part of an accelerator, like Div Inc. And why Div Inc.? Why did you pick us?
Absolutely. So I had gone without taking seeking any help for one almost a year on my own. But then when I met the team, I just felt connected, and I don't know, I felt that emotional connection as well. Like I felt very comfortable talking to your entire team, right? And that was one big motivation for us. Like, oh yeah, I can be a part of this group, and it's so nice to talk to them. That comfort level. And the second thing is, Diving is a not-for-profit organization, and the fact that you are helping us because you're passionate about it was the other thing that motivated. Being able to take the help without having to give away equity was a
Mhm.
great push for me. And I can't tell you how thankful I am. And now I go and I tell every founder out there who is in my place or where I was before I joined Diving to please like join Diving and get the experience, because what Diving has given me is invaluable. I have gotten not just a group of people that I could work with. I don't feel alone and lonely in this journey, but
Yeah.
I have gotten all the help when it comes to, hey, how do you validate your assumptions? How do you validate market data? How do you go out and do that marketing? They gave us legal team to help us out initially. They have given us a complete design teams to work on our to help us improve the design of our deck, which is so important at this time. And
Right.
they have given us so many mentors who came and who mentored us. And I just learned a lot through this process. It has just made me gain a wealth of knowledge and become so much more confident as a founder. And I know that even though I'm booked and self-funded right now, I know that with everything that I've learned from Diving, I will get funded very soon. So yeah, I'm very thankful to the Diving team. And I want to tell every founder out there that if you are not working with an accelerator, please work with Diving.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
What has been the experience throughout the accelerator for you? Any big surprises? Any big aha moments for you as a founder personally, or as the company as a whole, and how you've been approaching the growth of Instarails?
Absolutely. The one thing before I joined an accelerator program, I thought some days I thought that, oh my God, why am I feeling this way? Or why am I feeling depressed on some days and lonely on some days? I didn't understand. I thought it was just me. But then after joining Diving, meeting all founders, working with them, meeting all the founders that you got in for talking to us and mentoring us, realize that no, this is a part of being a founder. Initially, when you first start your company, you are alone, and this is what everyone
Yeah.
goes through. So that was an eye-opening aha moment, and I got to learn a lot from everyone that how their journey, in the beginning was a challenge, and how they overcame all those challenge, how to take care of yourself while you are building your companies. So now I do that. I take a breather. I have learned to say no better. And yeah, this is what I feel I have learned a lot, which initially I thought was a problem with me. So that was an eye-opening moment.
Yeah, yeah. Any big ahas related to the company and the kind of the company growth?
Yes, I was able to meet with a lot of mentors that you have. And the big eye-opening moment was my revenue model was
Mm.
definitely needed help. And once I got feedback and I was like, oh yeah, like why am I doing this? If I do it this way, I can, grow the company faster.
Right.
And those are things I learned. The second thing I learned is initially, why would a institution join you, right? So what we did
Mm.
is Diving forced us, not forced us, but kind of pushed us to go and validate assumption I'd never done before.
Probably suggested, you know.
Yeah, because as we assume things and we don't validate it and we don't go and do our homework. So Diving was able to give us that push and be like, no, go and validate. When I went and I validated it, it was an eye-opening moment because I had financial institutions very excited about joining Instarails and wanting to be a part of this. And I am like working with them in discussions to nail that contract down. So that was another eye-opening moment for me as well, which was huge for the company.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what's it been like working with your fellow cohort members, and kind of the family within the Diving family that you're a part of now? What's that been like?
Absolutely. So before joining the Accept, I had no idea like what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
But when I met the founders, and experience I have is that every one of those founders is so passionate about their, I think majority of them is working on a social cause and how they are
Right.
going to improve the society for better. Of all of their causes and how they are making this huge impact in the world. And what I love about that, I feel like we are all family, and I don't want to cry right now, but I feel like everyone is working so hard. Like they are working so many jobs, they have kids, they're taking care of families. But in spite of that, working hard day and night just to make this happen, just to improve the society and make the change. So I love that as family. Sorry. Yeah.
No, no, no. You don't apologize. No, and every cohort has always had this moment where you flip from being strangers to being family,
Yeah.
and supporting each other and become a unit
Hmm.
that is here for each other, and sharing the wealth of knowledge that you all bring to the table, and sharing without any kind of gatekeeping. It's easily and freely given, and so it's good to hear that we kind of created that environment for you all as you're growing. So
I just want to add
that's
one more
fantastic.
thing is we
Yeah,
all come from such grounds and skill set. So it's
yeah,
amazing where we help each other out. So, like for example, where I say design and marketing, and I have so many
mhm,
other founders who immediately jump in and help me there. And when it comes to like product roadmap features, I can jump in and help them there. So it's like we
yeah.
are like a great team and we work together and just support each other.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because you've had such a long career before the start of your entrepreneurial journey, and you've led so many teams, and been a leader in your own right for years before you found us, and founded Instarails. I'd love to hear you talk about uh, leadership in that, and I've even seen you kind of serve as that bit of a role when it comes to this cohort. And a lot of the founders that are watching right now are transitioning from the corporate job, which I know you've had a lot of experience in that, to this new entrepreneurial space, and becoming the leader of a team in the first for the first time, and all that. So what are some of your keys to leadership? Because I've seen you flex your muscles in that space, and I'd love to hear you talk about it.
Absolutely. And I agree with all the years of experience I had. I into this role. So it
Mhm.
was a journey. And if I had to put that in words in a few sentences, I would say that I always look at leadership as leading from behind. Like when you have a team, it is so important to see in your team who is passionate about working on what, assigning them those roles, and then being there to support them to excel. Because when I am
Mhm.
a leader, it's my responsibility to take care of my team and help them excel in their career as well. So that's how I look at leadership. I don't look at everyone should be a boss and just tell people what to do. It's basically you are responsible for the careers of all these people who are working with you, either reporting to you or working with you and just helping each other
Right.
grow. The second thing I want to say is that as a woman, this is where I feel very passionate about new founders, new women founders. I see that they're scared, not confident, and that's where I want to say that, like, don't be scared, don't worry, don't fear about your journey because what you're working on, you are an expert in that. You are passionate about that mission, and you know it so well. So show
Yeah.
that to the world, and don't be afraid to talk. Like if you look at some of the people that I have worked with, and it's like they talk, they're not afraid to talk, they're not afraid to ask questions, and there is no question that is stupid, and there is no point that you make that is stupid. So go out there and talk, and what do you say, take that space in that room and
Mhm.
make yourself, yeah, just talk and feel confident. Don't worry about it because if you look at male counterparts, right, like they do it so naturally. So why are we women so scared? Just go out and do it and don't be afraid. That is my biggest advice to founders, new founders, and especially women founders.
Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Well, demo day is only a few days away. And it's I know, the big culmination of all the work that you've been doing over the last 12 weeks. And how are you preparing? Are you feeling ready? What's going on through your mind as in these last few days in the lead up to the big event?
Yeah, so yeah, definitely 99% prepared. Still need to do that 1% practicing before this interview. But
Yeah,
I'm very excited about Diving Demo Day because it's special for all of us founder together for 12 weeks. And
right.
we are so excited to showcase that to everyone. And yeah, it's a surprise, but you will see I'm also planning like to have fun with it. So it's just going to be like a fun day. And we all founders who have worked so hard with Diving, and Diving team has worked hard so hard with all of us. Very excited to showcase that to the world and show them what we are working on.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for everybody to see. I mean, and being that it's online as well as in person, that means our entire community can be a part of it. So, and I know everyone is just looking forward to showing you all support and of course getting involved with you moving forward so that this isn't just the end, this is just the beginning for you. So as we're coming to a close, how do members of our community connect with you, get involved with you, get involved in your community, and is there any way that they can right now do something that would support you?
Absolutely. We need all the support that we can get as we are an early stage startup at this point. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, in Alpharetta, Georgia, to be more, which is people call it I live in the woods, but I don't. It's a beautiful city. And I would love to connect with people in person if they are in Atlanta, Alpharetta area. But I can also be found on LinkedIn. And please send
Mhm.
me a message. And what we are looking for right now is to be able to get funding. So we are looking for funding. That is one area where we need help and support. And the second thing is if you are a business or and even an individual who is sending and receiving payment cross border globally,
Mhm.
ask your payment provider, whether it's a bank or it's a remittance company or it's a mobile wallet, ask them if they have joined the Instarails network because we provide a backend infrastructure to all of them and try to improve payments. So that's our ask. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, now you know exactly what you can do to get involved and support Instarails. But no matter what, we hope that you're going to join us at Demo Day, either in person here in Houston or online on all of our social channels, where we will be streaming the entire all of the presentations, including all of the Social Impact Accelerator cohort members. Thank you so much for being a part, and thank you so much for walking out of the pitch practice right now, and I'm sure you're going to rush right back so you can finish up. But thank you again for spending some time and telling us about your story. And this is the last episode for this series. And next time we see you, it'll be demo day. So I hope to see all of y'all either online streaming or in person here in Houston. And until the next cohort, y'all have a great day and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cherise. Bye.
Yes.